There's a new game available in the eShops called Affordable Space Adventures. You have probably not heard of it, but Marissa and I have heard of it, and we have played it, and here's our review.
Well, you were playing it, and you were like, hey, Marissa, let's do this.
Yeah,
let's
I thought you
game.
might like it. It seems like it's a story of people, but it's mostly the story of a spaceship.
Well, it is a story of a spaceship, but what it is an affordable space adventure.
I love the title. I think it's a little jokey, it's a little winky, and we need more games that have winky, jokey titles.
It's totally jokey, it's totally winky, but I love it because you and I could take an adventure out in space. We're going to be in a little ship that's going to protect us. It's totally safe, but we do need to navigate. We need to do a lot of this stuff on our own because, again, we're paying a very minimal price to explore space and then maybe take control of a territory after we've uncovered different puzzles and we've gone through it a little bit. But I didn't realize what kind of game it was until a little bit into it. Off the top, we have such a great explanation of everything.
Yeah.
Just the way it's being presented, it made me feel like I was jumping into Fallout again, like just that old-timey advertisement.
I love the retro tone that everything takes on here. And this is really just a puzzle-solving game, but it does have that overriding look and feel and nostalgic kind of touches to it that really bring the whole experience to life.
Spectaculon is host to the 150-year-old crash site of a gigantic star cruiser.
There's some mystery here for sure, and there's a larger narrative for sure, but you're solving basically little puzzles where you have to learn how to use your ship properly depending on the conditions. And that means leaving your engine on if you're using the gas-powered engine, or maybe using your electric-powered engine instead because that's quieter.
Sure, or you have to increase your ship's density because you have to go underwater, but then you can't use your thrusters. Now, you can't see via the gameplay, you're only seeing what we see on our TV, but what we see on our gamepad is totally part of the experience because what we're doing is constantly looking down at the gamepad as if we're looking down at the ship's dashboard and figuring out what we need to do in the ship. So we feel like we're in the ship, but we're also watching the ship.
Normally I hate this kind of game where you have to look down here to do this, to manipulate what's happening on screen, but it kind of works here. I felt very comfortable to me. I liked looking down and pressing this and adding gravity or slowing my engine down, trying to figure out how to navigate some of the perils that are up ahead. Most of those perils consist of creatures that are obviously outer space kind of creatures. They look like an electric jellyfish. You can use a little sonar to decide what the attack radius is for each of the individual jellyfish creatures. Yep. And doing all that stuff was kind of frustrating, but also peaceful and addictive at the same time.
It was fun because once you got the hang of it, you really did feel like you're taking the ship for a ride. And what we're using too as well on the gamepad is the accelerometer because we want to twist the ship to get through little nooks and crannies as well.
So you tilt it.
You tilt it. And I just love the way this game utilizes the gamepad. We haven't seen a lot of games like this on the Wii U. I feel like this game is a seller for what the Wii U can do. And we need more games like this.
I do think there's some real atmosphere here. I think there is some intelligence and strategy here that I think people who are into puzzle games will enjoy. I know you're into puzzle games.
I am. I love everything about this game when it comes to the puzzles as well because it does give you that moment where you feel like, oh, I'm never going to get this. Yeah. And then you realize, oh, it's just I have to take this way around.
It is so frustrating sometimes.
For sure. And there's these flares that you shoot out to hit certain triggers. And I love the way it's introduced to you as you're playing very slowly, but you really feel like you are progressing. And this game is really good for co-op as well. It's just everything that the Wii U should give us, this game is giving us. And I'm excited that you brought it up because I wouldn't have played this game if you didn't bring it up.
I make some good recommendations every now and then.
I'm going to keep playing it. What are you scoring? Affordable Space Adventures.
I'm going to give it a surprisingly high score, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm going higher. It gets a 9.